Arena football is coming back to Long Island. That's right, the New York Dragons return to the Nassau Coliseum this June for an epic 8-game season. Hi, I'm Alex Mitchell, and I'm trying out with the team. I remember when I was younger, I loved going to Dragons games. I'd be there almost every Friday night or Saturday. I remember kicking field goals after, I remember meeting the players, and I remember those little blue footballs that they gave out every time. If you've been to a game, you know what I'm talking about. But we're not here to mess around tonight. It's open tryouts, and I'm going to see if I can make the New York Dragons.
How's it feel?
It was great, baby. Told you, stay off the tracks when the train's coming. Woo-hoo. No longer putting on a show for the camera. This is real pain. Dragons football. That's right. We're here with Coach Joe Filardi. Tryouts day one, session one, are wrapping up. And what's your impression of everything?
You know, like I said, I think we had some really good talent out today, so it's a lot of stuff to evaluate. But guys came out and worked hard. We saw some good things.
And what was your message to them about playing professionally in New York?
Yeah, I mean, this is, it's professional football, so it should be treated as such. We're a professional organization, and they're going to have to carry themselves as professionals, just as we're going to treat them as professionals.
And as far as winning in New York, what does that mean?
You got to win in New York. That's what the fans want, and that's who we're playing for. We're excited about that. I told them we got an 8-game regular season and we're playing 10 games. We'll finish this thing on August 16th.
I'm here with Valid Richardson. He's trying out for defensive back. He's played for Coach Filardi before. Talk to me a little bit about his style and what brought you out here tonight.
He's hands-on. He's a player's coach. If you're having trouble, just ask him. He won't yell at you for asking him anything. He's a player's coach.
So what was the toughest part about tonight?
Toughest part about tonight, probably the 20-yard dash for me because I haven't personally ran it in a little while. So, it felt good to get back into it.
And what made you want to come out and be a New York Dragon?
Football. That's it. That's all I think about is playing. So any chance I get to play, I'm going to play.
I played semi-pro at Red Devils. I played for the New York Blues, which was IIFL. It was kind of like after the Dragons took off to try to bring them back. But unfortunately, they didn't have the financial backing, so we only played like 2 games. And then my team actually wound up folding. I tried for the Dragons back in 04-05, and so I figured give it one more time. Definitely a lot different than it was a long time ago.
What would it mean if you had the opportunity now, 20 years later, to play for the Dragons?
I mean, honestly, it's like, not to toot my own horn, but it'd definitely be some kind of a Cinderella story. I mean, obviously, but I came out here, I gave it my all, and that's all I could do, and whenever, it's up to the coaches now.
When I took this job and I was talking to the league about this job, I'm like, my vision is let's get a Long Island head coach and let's get the best Long Island talent. Went on in high school on Long Island, went on to play in college, now they're back home, and they have a chance here to play professional football in their backyard. So I've always been impressed, with Long Island high school football. I think we have a lot of talent here, a lot of untapped potential, and I think it's going to be very exciting to see the type of athletes we have here. Now here tonight, seeing players trying out and wearing the Dragons logo, our new Dragons logo, it's kind of surreal. I'm still trying to wrap my hands around this whole thing that, I spent 8 years as their radio announcer and did some games on TV and worked for the league a little bit. And here I am running the team that I fell in love with, 17, more than 17 years ago. So I'm excited. I'm nervous at the same time, but overall, it's just great to have the Dragons back.
Vince Lombardi once said, winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. Did he say that, or was it winning isn't the only thing, it's everything? No, I think it was the first way that I said it. But either way, he did not address cramping when you're turning 30 years old and getting engaged and lower back pain after getting into an offensive line stance for the first time in over a decade. Nonetheless, this was an awesome experience, and having New York Dragons football back on Long Island is going to be something incredible. I'm already breathing fire thinking about it.